One very effective way of practicing against performance anxiety is play on the street. Get out on the street in summer, of course, not in winter time, and play there for an audience which maybe isn't even interested in you. It's the worst audience you can get, but also the most honest. So if people will start listening to you on the street, they really are into your performance. And that not only makes you harder, so to say, but also gives you some positive feedback if people really will stand still and listen to you. For example, one competitor of the Queen Elizabeth competition from maybe 3 years ago played prior to the competition on the street, the Chaconne by Bach. You can find it somewhere on YouTube. He, in my opinion, just did it for the practice, to get routine and playing through the piece even when there are distractions around you. And there are a lot of distractions on the street. Let's get back to our body. The effect on our body is that the heart rate goes up. To work against that, some people would advise you to take the prescription drug beta blockers. This is a very bad idea, I can tell you from experience. First of all, your heart rate should be higher on the stage, and your heart rate is just a sign that you are ready to perform now and ready to fight. To lower your heart rate, I used to do breathing exercises and stuff, but honestly, for me, they didn't work. The only thing that did work for me is being focused on the right thing and not focus on your heartbeat or your shaky legs. Just focus on what is important in the performance. And all those side effects, they come and you just embrace them and be okay with them and look forward to your performance. But to practice the real situation on stage where your heart rate goes up, you can be very smart and do that in your practice prior to your performance. How do we do that? It's quite easy. To get the heart rate up, we can run on one place or do this jumping exercises or push-ups maybe. This way you get accustomed to the way your body feels when your heart rate is up and your adrenaline is going through your body, and you maybe will have wet fingers and also your breathing is faster and you have the feeling of not getting enough air inside. That means don't relax too much in practice. Push yourself to your limit. Get yourself accustomed to the stress you have to be able to withstand on stage in your performance. There's also one very good thing which can add a little bit of stress, positive stress to your practice. It's a metronome. A metronome is like a conductor. You have to follow the metronome. By following the metronome, you stress yourself a little bit and push yourself into this metric system of the metronome. If you don't do that, maybe your rhythm is a little bit soft. You don't have to practice with a fast metronome, of course, but practice with some structure in mind. There are no shortcuts to overcoming stage fright. It's all about facing your problems, facing your weaknesses, face them in practice. Simulate the situation you are feared for. Also important is your posture, your playing posture. If you go on stage and you go like this with a very bad posture, you have two bad effects. One bad effect on yourself because you feel anxious, and second, your audience will not react as if you go on the stage and be open and self-confident. Also, a much neglected aspect of practice is practicing a cold start. Usually when you perform, you have to be somewhat of starting cold. Maybe you will have a room to play yourself some scales before the performance, but sometimes the room is connected to the concert hall, and when you play scales there or your pieces, people will hear it in the hall. And sometimes you will not have the time because you just arrived to the concert hall and there must be a little on-stage rehearsal before the performance actually starts. You don't have the time to warm yourself up before you go on the stage. And therefore it's good to be able to play what you want to perform from a cold start. For example, stand up in the evening, stand up in the morning, and before you do anything, you grab your instrument and you dash out a performance. So I hope this covers it for now. Tell me what you think about these ideas I gave you now. and write in the comment section. I'm sure I forgot something important, but I think I covered some points which not everybody will tell you. Some of those things I told you, you can learn from other literature as well. So I wish you guys good performances, happy practice, push yourself in practice, get your heart rate up, play for your family and friends, and I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope to see you soon in this kind of videos. Have fun practicing. You have to follow the metronome. Ah.